Now, you know campus girls are the cheapest.
What do you mean?
Your generation just wants food to survive. You know God kills most people in the whole Bible than Satan. Satan doesn't kill anyone.
Do you have proof for that?
Of course, you guys lack knowledge. Hi, I'm Neka. Welcome to OGs and Wi-Fi Kids.
And it's MC Benji, the Vibes Anchor, just here to make some noise. And I think I'm the real Wi-Fi kid.
You're really?
Yeah, I'm a real Wi-Fi kid.
Oh, you're 2001.
I'm 2001. You are what?
1995.
Did you see Wi-Fi in the late 90s or something?
I couldn't even speak in the late 90s. I would speak, I think, later on, like in 2000. So, yeah, but still, I feel like we have a wiser generation than you guys, but it's okay.
It's not about just being wise. I think the generation right now is more exposed. We know a lot of things. We've seen a lot of things.
Define exposed. I think the generation you are, the advantage you are,
Yeah.
you're carefree guys, and that's not what we have. Because we're traumatized from school, from our homes.
Chibok.
Exactly. But you guys be like, oh, our rights and all of that. That's why you can't even differentiate the type of sex you are.
I just remember the days when I was with my big brothers at home. You said something back at my father. He had a chair like this one. Down in the chair, and he has a whip for you. But now, for me, I don't remember the days he even whipped me or beat me up. I don't even remember those days.
So how old are your brothers?
My brother, some are 30, 29. You know, our firstborn is like 35 years old. Yeah.
So I want to ask you a financial question.
Yes.
If you wake up right now in 1997
Yes.
with 500K, would you prefer that or having 1 million now, 2026? Which era would you prefer the money from? 500K, 1997. That's actually 2 years.
Why would I prefer an era where I was not even born yet? I wouldn't feel the value of that money because I wasn't there. But for the stories I had about, people used to say, 500K of 1999 was too much. Was too much. But some of them are saying they didn't even use it for anything.
No, because they were also bowling. Do you know soda those days? I hear about it. I found a soda at 500, but people tell me it was actually on 300. In my era, I found it at 500. Currently, right now, it's what? 1,500?
Me and you, who is older?
I'm older.
How come I took a soda of 300 shillings?
Make a money, my child.
Zenanyako soda for 300 shillings.
For real.
And I also remember there was a time we bought a kilogram of
super
sugar.
Deep. Do you know what super deep is?
Super deep.
Jolly Jazz.
Oh yeah.
Might have Kuferadi.
The only way I remember Jolly Jazz, we had a boy called Jolly and a neighbor called Justin. So we used to call them Jolly and Jazz. Then we would go buy drinks, like you know that.
We're
powder.
buying you, yeah.
Yeah. Also cool bar. But back to the money. Somebody should tell me the weight of that money those days. But for me,
right now I think it's technically equivalent to like 2 million.
2 million.
Yeah. If you put in the inflation and everything that's actually happened, if you had 500K way back in the day, it's more equivalent like a 2 million right now.
I remember somebody told me, one of my teachers told me that the school where I went to in primary was on over 5 acres, but the director of the school bought it at like 200,000.
Yeah, but remember,
something.
The money is different because of the change of presidencies.
Yes. Yeah. So that when the president comes, when you change presidents,
no,
also
because
the
each president actually used to change like the currency for some reason. And actually, some of them have their faces on, like.
Regarding on how life is of late and how what I hear people say life was in those days, I wouldn't want to wake up in those years.
Why?
I wouldn't want to.
If I would go back in those years with the knowledge I have now, I would want to go back because you see, when you go back, that knowledge was power. Yeah. Now knowledge is not that much powerful. Because we're all exposed, right?
Do you actually think? I will also ask you a question about this generation. Do you actually think we are living in the most distracted generation?
Yes.
Like people are not focused or something? Because I've had a lot of people say, kids of this generation are all over the place. They're not focused. They're not doing the right things. Do you actually think we are in the most distracted generation?
We are in the most distracted generation, but we're in a generation that defines success differently, and that is the beauty I like about this generation. You see how somebody actually explained this, how like old guys would want to get married and do all the things so that is the sense of accomplishment. Whereas the new generation, I want to own an iPhone. Like, doesn't matter how I'm going to do it. Doesn't matter if I'm staying, like, it doesn't matter if I stay in like a I pay rent of 150.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to own an iPhone, which is like 5 million. Once they do that,
Yeah.
they've accomplished their dreams, and it's okay.
Some people don't even know how to use the iPhones. You own an iPhone, but you don't even know how to use it.
Because it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. But you see, yes, we are distracted. We are so emotional. You know, the kids right now, like the whole world right now, this new generation, we're so emotional. Like, oh, don't say that. Don't say this about that. Because I've worked with old guys. Some old guys are not emotional, even if they're idiots and they don't know what they're doing. But they won't be. They'll be straight up.
Yeah.
Whereas on you, on the other hand, you guys are so like, if I know something, I know. Even if you're making a mistake, like in your mind, when you believe you're right, but you're not.
But I also think there's a gap between, yes, the generation we're living in has Gen Zs, also has millennials, and maybe the generation after. But there's also a gap. First of all, the people that are governing, this generation are not millennials. Millennials are the voice of the Gen Zs. That's what I think. But then there's also the Gen Zs are scared of annoying the others, and they also despise the Gen Zs.
By the way, there's something I've realized. Do you know I've supported a lot of weddings for Gen Zs than millennials lately, like in this year alone. A lot of 27-year-olds, 26-year-olds are getting married. Yes.
27-year-olds are Gen Zs?
Of course. What did you think they are? Gen Z starts from like 1997 and above 1996.
Okay, now for me, I thought Gen Z start from like 2000 to like...
You see? That's the distraction. You guys lack knowledge. Yeah, you can Google it, but you guys lack knowledge because knowledge is there for you guys.
Knowledge is actually there. But anyways, you're talking about marriage and all that.
Yeah, but you see, because they're not traumatized. You see how we grow up? Like, for example, you grow up in Africa. Like, they will say sex is bad. Like, sex is... Like, they create this situation like from... Like, when we are young. If you have sex, if you like smash, it is so bad.
Do you think relationships?
That's the era where we had a lot of unplanned pregnancies.
Yeah.
But now with the era of freedom, whereby they actually talk to kids, it has gone down.
You see, you're talking about okay. I don't want to call it unplanned. You see, I grew up in a family where I thought I was the last born. My mom even assured me, Benji, our firstborn in the family is called Joseph, and you are the last born. Go read about it in the Bible. That's why you're called Benjamin. All of a sudden, after like 4 or 5 years, she gave birth to another child. I hated my little brother for years because I felt like you told me I'm the last born.
How old were you when you stopped hating your brother? Or when you started?
No, I actually don't hate him anymore. I actually take care of him now. I pay his fees. I'm like, yeah. In his school, I'm like the father figure. Yeah, you feel. Anyway, but also I want to ask you a question. You've been talking about marriages, how Gen Zs are getting married and all that. Do you feel like relationships are easier or harder of late?
They're harder.
Why?
Because we know we can track. First of all, social media has ruined relationships. You know, back in the day, there's that chemistry. What are they doing? Because it has to be a phone call. So if you don't pick up, so you wouldn't know. Probably they're busy. But now, you don't pick me up. I go on the status of one of your friends. I am seeing you.
Somebody's posting you.
I'm seeing you having your phone. You're on a live. You're here. You're saying, "Oh, in studio they don't allow phones." You go on another phone. I am seeing you. Like I go on TikTok of Energy, and then I see. MC Benji is like literally on his phone, but he's not picking my phone.
You see.
But you see, the mystery is dead. The mystery is dead.
I actually think the only way to describe the relationships of late is do you know a food type called katogo?
Yeah.
Maya katogo, like beans in potatoes, beans in cassava. Like everybody's into each other. You see, I'm dating somebody, but that very person is dating you. That very person is dating the other, but you're also having another one. You're like
but
having
that
like
has always existed. But you see, it was a mystery, so you wouldn't know your competition.
Yeah.
But now it's easy to know your competition.
But is it
You
better?
always need to check among her friends.
You knowing your competition, knowing that your girl is having another guy, or just not knowing about them completely, and for you run your thing. Which one do you prefer?
Not knowing. Because if I know, that is not my girlfriend. Because your woman is there for that particular moment. Like when you're with her, she's yours.
My guy.
Exactly. You don't know. Because at the end of the day, you don't know. Because it takes only 5 minutes for a person to cheat. Both ways, woman or
5 minutes are many, bro.
5 minutes. Like,
yeah.
No, because you have to plan and then get in the room and then
Sometimes people don't even plan. We're living in a generation where people just get caught in a moment.
Exactly.
Hey,
So
you just get caught in a moment, in a dark corner, and all of a sudden, things are happening.
but do you believe that this generation women cheat more than
Let me
Gen
tell
Z girls cheat more than
Even when
guys?
you make research, even about the boys, but it's easier for a boy to confess that I've cheated. Yes, it's easier. But girls don't actually confess. That means they're too good at it and they know how to hide it. You get on 10 girls, 9 of them cheat and they don't even confess. They don't even say a thing about it. That's how good they are. Girls are very bad people. You can't tell me.
Benji, who broke your heart?
Do you want to know who broke my heart?
Yeah,
It's a
how
long
old?
story,
How
by the way.
old? How old?
Hmm.
This brings me to my question. Would you prefer dating? Have you ever dated an older woman?
Older, yeah. I
Yeah.
prefer older.
You have?
Slightly older women.
You have dated?
Yeah,
them?
I've dated. I prefer that. And I say it every time. Even when I'm on radio, everywhere, I say that, you guys. I prefer
Why?
a slightly older woman.
Why? They're more experienced, or because they don't ask for money?
It's not just about the money, by the way, because I've seen younger girls who don't even ask a thing from me, and I've seen boys, my friends who are dating younger girls, who actually even invest in their relationships. The young girls invest. I like, my guy's going through this, let me save him. But you see, young girls have failed to understand that the kind of boys we are in this generation are boys who are like focused so much on what my career is going to look like later on. And then the girls who are younger than us, most of them are idle. They don't care. Let me give you an example.
I'll bring a girl here on the show to challenge you.
You tell a girl, I'm getting on set at 3 p.m. Yeah, because she's home idle. She calls you at 3:05. 5 minutes past 3. I'm like, I told you, I'm getting on air. She's idle. She calls you after 10 minutes. It's overwhelming. It's annoying. You're like, doesn't she really understand what I'm doing?
Can I tell you, in my era, it was very hard, which is you guys are going to face it as well. It was easier for us when we were younger because we're focused, first of all, because we don't have money. And that's the truth. We're not balling. It gets easier. Like when you're younger, you normally like date up for a guy. You date up. It is so easier. Like it's so easier to date up or to get involved with girls up. Now, it flips. When you hit 30, you don't know where the 19-year-olds come from. And you just embrace
all of a
it.
sudden
When you hit
everywhere.
like 28, 29, you have what they want. So it just flips altogether. I wish I knew this way back in the day. And the beautiful thing about those type of ladies is, campus girls are the cheapest. Because for them, they just want to eat.
What do you mean?
Your generation just wants food to survive. Like if I date in my circles right now, I need to figure out a romantic date because I know you're a CEO, I have to impress. But now this one's survive them, bro. Like I can send like money like 50K and then they will enjoy it. They'll be like, oh my God, he thinks about me. Zero.
There's a friend who told me that at campus you can have fun with the whole hostel just because you have music and food in your hostel.
Exactly. It's survival. It is sad, but that is true.
But anyways, I think I don't know what's wrong with the generation, but
No, it's not. It's how it has been, and it's okay because you're surviving.
now you see, you as a millennial, you've seen the Gen Zs and you've been in both generations.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me what you've seen. Gen Zs are aware or just sensitive?
They're just sensitive, in my opinion.
What do you mean? Why?
They're just sensitive to everything. They're so entitled. Oh my God.
Okay, I'll entitled. You're right.
Because that is, if you're being entitled, you're sensitive to a lot of things, and you think everybody is attacking you, and it's not the case.
I think generally we feel like a lot of people don't understand what the people of the generation go through. We understand things differently. We've seen the world differently. And let me tell you, like what we were speaking about earlier, that for you when you're growing up, your parents used to punish you in a different way, chiboko. But now of late, you can't punish me with chiboko. At least ground me.
No. But you see, you've grown. That's why we have weaklings. You have a kid who's actually always complaining about something. They can't finish a project and stuff like that because they're not battle hardened. That's why I like some guys. I know some rich guys who actually, there's a rich guy I know. He sends his kid to a slum of a friend in Kenya. So he's a billionaire, but he sends one of his kids like to experience life without your phone in a foreign country. 'Cause
Why?
You need to be battle hardened.
Is it because?
Do you know why? Because most of the US, they call them what? Most of those kids end up being like.
But you see, Nika, just because you went through hardships, it doesn't mean your child should go through hardships.
No, you're not going through hardships. You're being trained.
Is it an army? Am I going to fight?
No, the world is not fair, and that is the problem Gen Zs have. They think the world is fair. It is not fair, and it has never been fair because life is unfair. That's why you have Cain and Abel from the Bible. Depends on what you believe in.
Why do we live if life is unfair?
Do you know how life is unfair?
How?
Noah. Like God would have not just replaced us, but he still killed. You know, God kills most people in the whole Bible than Satan. Satan doesn't kill anyone.
Do you have proof for that?
Of course, you read the Bible to give me where Satan killed someone. It's human beings, and then God punishes.
I think this guy actually wanted to be. I think he wanted to be a priest, like I did. You know, I actually thought of being a priest.
No, I've never wanted to be a priest.
Yeah, you're just.
No, I'm just knowledgeable. That's another thing millennials used to have. We used to read, but now Gen Zs, if everything you don't search it on Google.
Because there are easier means.
Exactly.
And when you went through a lot of hard things, like you had to read a whole 350 something book, but right now, even reading, I'd rather get a
which is a good thing. Which is a good thing.
I get a phone like
I guess
this.
who has created those type of things? Millennials.
They created it for the Gen Zs?
Yeah, because we saw what we're going through. Actually, millennials and boomers, because the older generation, so they wanted to ease life. The only problem is, like that phrase, like easy times.
Easy.
Create what? Creates weak men. And then hard times. Create strong men. It is just logic, and it's okay.
Yeah,
and big time. Okay. Have you seen how people, for example, let me go back to relationships. Have you seen how women and girls deal with breakups? One, this is the last thing we're actually going to talk about.
Yes.
How women deal with breakups.
How?
They go around and sleep around with guys just to ease themselves, like to relax. And I was confused. Men, they call it now the red pill, like go hard. They're either going to concentrate on their careers and stuff like that. And
you're actually right about that. I thank God that I lost one of the sweetest relationships I had. Because when I got broken like this, I'm like, I think, it's high time I concentrated on my career. Exactly. But now this girl went around and then she comes back after like months and she's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I mistreated you and I felt like you're the person I wanted, blah blah blah. You listened to me, you did this for me, blah
because
blah blah.
Because you're
blah,
a nice guy. People
and girls don't like nice guys.
No, they don't.
They don't like nice guys.
They prefer the mystery. And that's what I talked about. But you guys are there. I'm with the guy. Also, your generation, the boys. Why do you always take pictures of your food?
Who takes boys?
Gen Zs go there. You will see them. The girls, it's okay. The boys, and then they get ready with me. That's why I did a video about get ready with me. Okay. A man, you're not supposed to do a get ready with me video. And what are you getting ready for? The gym? Okay, man. That's okay for the gym, but then you show us your bed sheets, and now you say tea, then you brush. A guy?
Okay,
like a guy?
Please,
no.
Fellow Gen Zs, please don't ashame us.
That is something a millennial guy wouldn't do. A millennial guy would go to the gym. That's okay. That's macho. Girls want 8 packs. Girls believe that's a bad boy. And those are actually the sweetest guys, but they believe that's a bad boy. Never be a gentleman to young ladies. Be a gentleman to older men. Older women.
Older women. Yeah.
Because young generation likes you, the mystery, the bad boy. And then when you hit a certain stage, that's when you can be a gentleman.
Now, lastly, for you, the Gen Zs, I mean, for the millennials, you're saying as a man, as a Gen Z man, why are you recording food? Why are you doing a get ready with me? As a millennial, why are you also taking a trip to Zanzibar? Go to Iran and fight.
Like we said, we also have to chill.